I am abundant. I am beautiful. I am kindness. I am love. I am creative and expansive. I'm receptive. I am one. I am one with it all. I am all within one. I am one within all. I am all within one. I am abundant, I am beautiful, I am kindness, I am love, I am creative and expansive, I'm receptive, I am one within all, I am all within one, I am one within all, I am all within one. Sing if you know it. Go. I am abundant, I am beautiful, I am kindness, I am love, I am creative and expansive, I'm receptive, I am one within all, I am all within one, I am one within all, I am all within one, I am all within one.
We keep switching.
Help me with the mic too, excuse.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Please stand up.
I'm so happy to be here. 4 directions. The heart knows. Connect to the divine within and access the power of your heart. Its wisdom and grace will comfort, guide, uplift, and inspire you to be who you have come here to be. Please stand and face east. East, air. Air is the most unique and mysterious of all the elements. It represents all that cannot be seen, the soul, heart, and spirit world. It can be unpredictable, playful, seductive, and soothing. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, trust in the wide open spaces of spirit. The time has come to soar higher and experience vibrant living. Please turn to your right. South, fire. Fire is considered a primary agent of change. Through its heat, fire purifies and transforms. The energy of fire is about self-expression in its alluring and wildly brilliant dance of light. Step into the fire and live. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, let go of all limiting beliefs and step into the fiery spark of creation as you live out loud. Please turn to your right. West, water. Water represents the flow of life. It gracefully conforms to any container or environment. It is a powerful example of non-resistance. Be aware of the day-to-day currents and move freely with them. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, let go and give yourself completely to the wisdom and flow within. You are awake and in awe. Please turn to your right. North. Earth. Earth energy is nurturing and grounding. A deep bond with the heart of Mother Earth is foundational for spiritual health because it gives each one a sense of purpose, invites us to be open and receptive, and reminds us of our interconnectedness with all life. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, take time to let go of the busyness of life and embrace the quiet by connecting with Mother Earth. Please turn and face your screen or the center aisle. Close your eyes, put your hands over your heart, and feel the presence of these elements within, honoring each as an element of spirit. Now open your eyes. Take a moment. As you see with the eyes of God, notice God looking back at you.
Good morning, every day. I'm Reverend Diana Lee. I'm in Los Angeles, Pasadena, California, and it's my honor to be here today to present the reading and the affirmation. This is by Christian Larson from In the Light of the Spirit. We know that prayer of the righteous availeth much. But we also know there are many prayers that seemingly are not answered, prayers that are sincere and that come from souls that we know to be righteous. And accordingly, the question arises again and again, how should we so pray that we may not pray in vain? When we consider the subject of prayer, however, and examine the true spiritual significance of prayer, we find that we have, in the past, mistaken both the purpose of prayer and the attitude of the infinite toward the need of man. We find, in the first place, that God has already given us his kingdom. He has already given his kingdom to man, and therefore we need not ask for anything whatever. There is nothing we can ask for that we have not already received. Why then should we ask again or pray in any form or manner? We find in the second place that although God has given us everything, still we do not always gain personal possession of the gifts of his infinite kindness and love. And therefore this entire theme becomes, for the time being, exceedingly mysterious. But the mystery disappears completely when we consider his theme, this theme, through the understanding of the highest prayer. And the highest prayer may be expressed in the simplest and most beautiful manner, though this remarkable statement: My Father, I thank thee that thou hearest me always. The highest prayer does not ask directly for anything that may be desired, but gives constant and deep spiritual recognition to the great truth that the infinite has, from the very beginning, giving us all to man, all that we may need for growth and ascension throughout eternity. And in addition to this recognition, gives expression to the ceaseless gratitude and sincere, unending thanksgiving. In the language of the highest prayer, we do not ask God to give us what we need or desire. We affirm in spirit and in truth that God is giving us these things now. And we add to all our affirmations this beautiful, inspiring statement: I thank thee that thou hearest me always. ... We shall find a remarkable difference in the working out of all circumstances, material and spiritual, when we change our mode of prayer. That is, when we no longer implore the infinite to give us what we need, but affirm with sincere thanksgiving that God is giving us all these things now. Our affirmation for today is: I changed my thinking and embraced life. So I'll say it one more time and then you repeat after me if you're willing. I changed my thinking and embraced life.
I changed my thinking and embraced life.
And so it is. Thank you all so much for including me all the way out here in Los Angeles.
So it
And
is.
so it is.
Thank you, Diana Lee. Good morning. I'm Lisa Carmen, Music Director here at the Everyday Center. And this morning it's a pleasure to be welcoming back Lisa Carmen all the way from Bozeman, Montana. Lisa is an award-winning singer-songwriter. She is delighted to be keeping her connections alive with her second home, soul home, here in Santa Fe. You can go to her website, shesingsstudio.com, for more information about her education and mentoring, and to lisacarmen.com to listen to selections of her music and videos. She's always grateful to share with us here at the Everyday Center. It's been many years since she's been with us live, so I'm very excited to have her. She's also, in September, releasing her 11th recording, so it's quite an accomplishment. Let's welcome Lisa Carmen.
I'm going to adjust the microphone. I am very delighted to be here again. And when it worked out this way, I think I was posting on Facebook to some people I'm coming down to visit. And Ms. Ann over here must have sort of sleuthed that out. Next thing I know, she'd say, are you coming down here? We got to have coffee. And you think we need to play. And I'm delighted to play with Joseph. We've been practicing fiendishly since 9 a.m. And during the pandemic, we actually did see each other because I played for quite a few months, once a month. And again, I want to thank personally because I challenged myself knowing that I had to present 2 messages from myself, 2 songs each month. It wasn't challenging, it was just the right thing to do. I wrote 2 new songs just to play for this congregation. So on the credits on this album when it comes out is going to be a big shout out to this congregation because almost all the songs that I sang for you have been completely... The title of the album is called Tending My Garden, and I thought I'm going to play that song for you right now. It's we're all tending our gardens. Just like the message, just from the beginning that we just started this whole service. We're here to tend our gardens and be in the positive now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Tending my garden, watching it grow. Hoeing the furrows, planting the seeds underneath the snow. A winter of worry, a window to grow. As I wait for the sun, the longer he comes, the lighter my soul. I'm tending my garden to gracefully serve, threading the needle, stitching the cuts, lining up the hurts. I can feel you through the heavens and the spirits that we through here on earth, in the stones on the ground that we call home. Tending my garden, waiting for spring. 'Cause when the rains come, it softens our hearts, we'll be green again. A summer to thrive on, a summer song, mapping the skies so I can fly where I belong. We are rubies, safe as diamond silver, shining gold in the sun, beneath the moon, under the stars, the ocean blue. Tending my garden, late in the spring, old enough to hold on and to know the let go. May your garden forever grow. May your garden forever grow. The song begun in the western sun, searching for home. Thank you, Jill. Oh yeah, we gotta move this back. You don't need that.
You just park it.
Park it.
Yeah.
Just make it someplace else.
So, every day has a way of appreciating beauty and a tremendous gift and presence and each other. Could we show that, please, to Lisa? I don't think I'm gonna need these. That's my stuff. Wait,
You need it?
I just need the book. And Denise can hang on to my check and you can put my glasses over there too. Thanks. So for those of you online, Facebook, Zoom, either online today or online sometime in the future, later this week or later, aren't you glad to be included in every single little thing?
Yes.
That's our intention. And that's our intention for each other, is to create an environment of inclusion where it actually means something that is greater than a buzzword that may appear in social media or so on. Anyway, we just flat out love each other. That's just the way it is, and are so grateful to see each other's faces this morning. And hi, Bill. And to see all of you online, and all of you online, and to begin our conversation about ask and it is given. And in case it's been so long since you've been here, or in case you've not been here before, I think I should tell you that I'm Rev Ann Rea. And I do this anyway, even if there's nobody new, because I'm so excited to let you know I'm so excited. I am so thrilled to have the great honor to serve with you, to serve for you, for this to be my spiritual home, and just to let you know that life really can be awesome. And I think it's good that I remind you.
Yay!
So the Christian Sorensen piece that Reverend Diana Lee read this morning was very interesting, considering where I'm going with this conversation, or at least where I think I'm going, because of course, things happen. And the book that I'm holding in my hands, many of you would recognize, because if you haven't read it, you have for sure heard about it over the years, and that is Ask and It Is Given. And the book was partial inspiration, was partial inspiration for this talk, because what occurred to me as I was working on and allowing to, not really working on, but it's more like a pickling process, where these thoughts go through and then they all all of the ingredients kind of homogenize, and is that one of the most
challenging things, maybe even confusing things about our philosophy is, and for those of you who have not been here before, it's important that you know that we are a philosophy. We are not a religion. And there is a significant difference. And so, as I started to say, one of the most challenging and maybe confusing things about our philosophy is that we use quotes like the title of this book, which is actually from the Bible, and that is "Ask and it is given." And you may have seen films or read other books that suggested that that's all you had to do was ask. Or as suggested in Dr. Sorensen's piece, all you had to do was acknowledge that you recognize that you are heard now, you are heard always by that which is the center and the source and the circumference of all things, including you. That's all you have to do. Ask and it's given. And what I want to know is, how are you doing with that? How are you doing with just asking and having stuff happen? Denise, you need to snap for me because it wasn't given. Snapping was not given. And especially if we are practitioners of this philosophy and believers in the teachings of this philosophy, we really can think it should be that simple. Now, I'm not saying it can't be. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it can't be, because this is how it goes. If we believed it could be, then it would be.
Yes, exactly, that's right.
But we don't. All of us, necessarily. But if we believed it could be, then it would be, and we don't. Because there are those, Reverend Diana Lee, who is our practitioner in service today, what she calls swamp monsters. And they live up here. And they have lots of things to say that are counter to actually believing in much of anything. Because there's always a reason to doubt. There's always a reason to worry. There's always a reason to think, well, you know, you must have to have this or that or the other thing, or be an ordained minister or whatever, because it doesn't really happen to regular people. Everybody's a regular person.
Right.
Everybody is a regular person. You know, having a title, having an office, having a designation, having a certificate, all of those things are fine on paper. But if you don't stand and deliver, what good are they?
Exactly.
What good are they? We're all regular people. And knowing more than knowing, really feeling into is what I want to say. This extraordinary connection that we have with the center of all things. Patty has it, right? Shoshana has it, Linda has it, Cecilia has it, Ruth has it. Now, are they the only ones because I stopped there?
No.
No, I was making an example. I don't think this is good English, but I'm going to say it anyway. We cannot not have it.
That's right.
Exactly.
Because it is the center of who we are. It is the center of everything. The trees, bless the junipers, them too. The screen, the floor, the walls. It is the center of all things. And you know, when we look at walls or keyboards or chairs, we might say, well, how in the world is this thing called spirit, this thing called life, this thing called God, by some people, because we all have our way of naming it, because we like to name things. What's that got to do with a keyboard? How in the world is that a chair? I mean, it seems kind of, ooh, I'm going to use a big whoop-de-doo word from my early faith training. It'll give you a clue. It's blasphemous to say such things. But think about it. Every single one of the things that I mentioned started out as an idea.
Yes, that's right.
It was a nothing before it was an idea. It was a waiting to become before it was an idea. And that includes us. Everything starts out as an idea. And one of the foundational points that is made again and again in this book, and in others that followed it, is the energy and the intelligence and the consciousness that is this one thing called life. And it shows up as all kinds of different things, including things that are unwanted. Now, how would that happen? How could it ever show up as something unwanted? Does anybody other than Patty have an idea how that might happen? It happens because we focus on it.
Right.
You know, our focus, our attention. Has anybody ever taken pictures with a camera with a lens that moves? You know, where you adjust the camera lens? Now, if you don't, or look through binoculars. How about looking through binoculars? Has everybody looked through binoculars? If you don't adjust the binoculars, what are you seeing?
Blur.
Blur. You're not seeing what you're wanting to see. You're not, for sure, seeing clearly. You're seeing a blur. And yet those binoculars are designed to show you clearly what you're looking at. we are designed to show ourselves clearly what we're looking at. So why would that be so important? Because if what we're looking at is not what we need to be looking at, that's a message. That's information. That's not being smited by some angry being that has been given all of these, by other people, all of these well, I can't call them attributes. These ways of showing up mad, unforgiving, judgmental. What I will tell you about this life, this spirit, this one, this God that I believe in, that I am companioned by, that I know, that I am here to reveal, and so are you. What I know about that one and about this one is that there is no judgment. There is no blame. There is no shame. There is no singling out favors or the withdrawal and the withholding of love and protection and guidance and inspiration. There is none of that malarkey going on with the one.
Right, that's right.
Now, I understand that there are people who believe in those things. And as long as it works for them, I'm glad. If it doesn't work for them, what are they doing? I'm not saying they should be here. I'm saying they should ask questions. Because this life, this one, this spirit is loving, generous, all the time, creative, all the time, uplifting and inspiring, all the time. So if we're having difficulty with asking and it being given, or feeling like we can do that with confidence, that we can say, this is what I'm feeling. I'm really feeling the desire to step into next as my next expression of health or joy or ease, peace of mind. This is what my whole self is just really feeling called into that. That calling has a vibrational quality.
Yes.
Now I know I'm about to jump into the woo-woo part, but let me finish. It has a vibrational quality because everything does.
Yes.
The chair, the keyboard, me, the trees, the juniper, God knows, everything has a vibrational quality.
Yes.
And what we are experiencing in our life, listen up now, what we are experiencing in our life that is not to our liking is a vibrational match
Yes.
to what we are holding inside. And if it is to our liking, then it's also a vibrational match to what we are holding inside, as rather than saying one thing and doing another, or saying one thing and buying into another, or saying one thing and being another. It's a vibrational match to our authenticity. There is no shortcut
Right.
to learning how to use this law to its full extent. And the reason there's no shortcut is not because it was designed that way. It's because that's who we've become. We've become the long way around. My mother used to call it the long way around Hogan's Barn. We've become the long way around takers, where we have to see this, or we have to know that, or we have to have this just so, or we have to, or you know, it's not working. Well, you know what? It's working anyway. It's working anyway. Only it's working as what we don't want. I know you don't think that's funny, except for two of you. But if we were to give a personality to the divine, to the center of all life, it would think it was funny. That we are not putting to use, that we are not taking advantage of this life that we have been given to the fullest. That we are holding it at bay. No. I have to have this and this and this happen first. No. I know that this is the way, this is the path, this is the route, this is the only way it's going to unfold. Ha! You know, we don't know squat compared to what is available to know. And so that is the real point. That's the deepest place from which we can say, I know I am heard. And I am heard all the time. Because we're heard without question. And the answer is always yes. Mm-hmm. So the answer is always yes to whether or not we believe that what we are calling forward in our lives can be ours. Mm-hmm. I kind of hear it as yes and okay. But it's always yes. But my version is it's yes or okay. Because let's say that what you're really entertaining in a dominant thought is all of the reasons why something can't happen, why something can't be cured, why a car can't fix itself, why anything that seems out of balance in your life has to be that way until all of these things are in order. To all of those things that I just mentioned, the answer is okay. It's kind of like, if that's how you want it,
All right.
it's yours. But if that's not how you want it, then don't ask for it. Doubt and worry are the two things that slow us down the most.
Yes.
Both of them are based on things that are made up. And that may not make a lot of sense because, of course, they're both realistic. Doubting is realistic. Worrying is realistic. I'd like to have a conversation with any single person in the room right now or online right now who heard that when they were growing up. I don't want to have the conversation with you. I want to have the conversation with the person who said it to you.
Yes.
Because we have our own internal wisdom. We have our own insight. We have our own awareness. We have our own way of putting one foot in front of the other and following what is clearly illuminated as our path. We have our own. That's where we build our trust. We start with ourselves. Forget this stuff about building trust in something else. Start with yourself. The trust in what is supporting you, the trust in what is championing you, the trust in what is companioning you will come. Build the trust in yourself. Start there. One step at a time. We are so loved. We are so profoundly loved. We are so dear. We can't even imagine how loved and dear we are. You know why we can't imagine it? Because we were schooled not to. We weren't schooled in knowing we were loved, most of us. I'm not talking by another person. I'm talking by all of life. We are necessary. Each and every one of us are necessary. And it's time for us to get our act together and start believing in ourselves first.
Yes.
What the heck? We have nothing to lose.
That's right.
And that is the irrepressible truth.
Amen.
And so it is.
And so it is.
One ear closed. I was listening to your wisdom.
Well, weren't that some kind of a message? Huh? So, when I looked at what she was going to talk about today, I then planned the order of my songs. So this happened to be a song during the pandemic when I was online. We were all meeting before we all go public, and I played a little of the song for sound check, and then there's Ann going, that's a nice melody, she says, off, but you didn't know that I heard you. So But this song does fit in for right now. It's let's spread our wings and put our feet down on the ground and put our roots down while we spread our wings and be a bluebird. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been swimming upstream for a while, trying to make sense of the shadows that smile down on me. Treading water on the ground, holding my breath to the surface without any sound. Don't step on the crack and never look back. Ring around the rosy, never gonna hold me down. 'Cause across my heart and hope to fly with wings of a dove, upon stars of things under the sky. Bluebird, bluebird, outside my window, how brilliantly you shine. Calling, calling for happiness to be alive. Catbird speaks of melodies, telling all the world to dare and come find me. The early bird gonna get the seed, wings of a dove, bringing in all of peace. Bluebird, bluebird, counting my blessings, color pure and bright and true. I'm so close to my first beginnings, I'm alive when I'm near you. There's a spring in my step, a scene in my mind. My heels are clicking, leaving the dark behind me. Face to the sun, shoulders lift light. Take a deep breath, that is where you'll find me. Bluebird, bluebird, counting my blessings, bringing joy and tenderness. I hear your voice like an angel, I'm alive, but never quite so alive as this. I choose happiness, I choose blue, I choose peace, and I choose you. Thank you for doing so.
Okay, whew, on that note, we choose to do our conscious giving at this time. So as you prepare your gift, or if you're just putting energy into the basket as the ushers come forward, infuse it with what you mean. Infuse it with what you are calling forward. Infuse it with abundance and generosity. Because we know that as we give, we do receive. And just like Rev Ann talked, what are we focusing on? The plenty or the lack of plenty? And so today I choose to focus on the plenty. And if you would join me in our giving affirmation, please. The love of the Spirit blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. And so it is. Thank you. Okay, so just a couple of announcements. Reverend Diana Lee is the practitioner online. If you would like prayer